November is the preparation month for the closeout of the year. I know. It's that time already. November in Branson, as you can see, begins Christmas season. November 1st. Actually, I can remember when Branson closed up in October. That was before the marketing department got a hold of it and realized that when they closed in October, they were missing a whole new market of Christmas. So when the weather starts to get cooler, the Christmas lights come out for 1/1 of November. So that's what happens in Branson. They also have like an 11/11 Veterans Parade, all kinds of things. But what does that have to do with the frequency of the month for the world? A lot. You see, as we look into the energy of November, there's a state of anxiousness in the global environment, a question of what will happen next, a bit of uncertainty of leadership, of decisions that they don't know how to make or that somebody doesn't know how to make, even a mystification of your own personal relationships. People will have the need or the desire to make huge, ginormous environmental changes. But they still need to decide what direction to go. And there's the rub. They don't know what direction to go. But that's where trust comes in. I suggest for this month of November, you focus on what you're choosing. And know that beyond a shadow of doubt, that the world is still in pure divine order. That doesn't mean that you stick your head in the sand or pull the covers over your head and go back to bed and ignore everything. That means that you get the opportunity to focus on what you are choosing. If you can't describe what you're consciously choosing, anchor in the feeling that you would like to have each day. How would you like to feel each morning when you wake up, or each afternoon, or at night when you go to bed? I look to the significant changes in the world leadership in November and December, and that's why I want you to anchor in the feeling of what you're choosing to create. It is challenging to say that the leadership is changing. Just when I look into the energy, it's like, in those old cartoons when the character would rip the tablecloth out from under the table and all the plates and things would be suspended in the air? Well, that's kind of what it's going to feel like. Everything is poised in the air. Just please, don't freak out. Instead, take a deep breath. Be proactive with what you're choosing. Instead of complaining about what's happening in the world and feeling like things are going to get into a bit of a sticky wicket or a sticky mess, remain calm and look for the divine solution. Remember, this is the time that intention is everything. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, I went on a little vacation trip with some friends. As I was going into the lake, I must have walked the wrong direction through the weeds because I was eaten alive with chiggers around my ankles. Eaten alive. And if you don't know what chiggers are, I believe that they were invented by the Antichrist. But it was awful. They were so itchy. I would scratch morning and night and through the night. I used Benadryl cream. I used cortisone cream. I used every kind of cream or anti-itch I could find. And then miraculously, just at that same time, Joy cleaned out part of her garage and found something in her garage that she'd used in Colorado that was called bite erase or itch erase or something like that. Well, I looked at the ingredients and I remember using them in Colorado and I thought, that doesn't really work. However, it had the same ingredients as the Benadryl cream. It just was more liquid. Yet, when I coated my ankles with it, I read the container and with intention of erasing the itch associated with these wonderful, loving bites. It worked. They didn't itch at all after that. Intention is everything, and that is what is going to carry you through November. November is a 9-month. 11, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, right? We are ending a cycle this year, starting with this month, starting to think about those things in your life that make a difference. Start choosing to release or integrate things that no longer serve in your world this month. I mean, you are paving the way to the new energy of 2024. It's a great energy in 2024. I mean, think about clearing a path or cleaning something out with the intention of healing an old injury or an old wound or a belief system. That focus will open the vastness of good that is truly coming your way. Remember, change is upon us. Mood changes, physical changes, all changes. And you may feel like you need more rest. Honor that. Rest when you feel tired. You might even experience a little unexplained anger or frustration. When that happens, notice it. Notice that I also said when that happens, not if that happens, because it's going to happen. So breathe through it and know that the more you express it in your environment, the more frustrated or angry you're going to get. Instead, go inside and ask yourself what the origin of that anger is. If you can put your finger on that origin or put your mind on that origin, great. Integrate it, forgive it, release it, and go on. If you can't quite put your finger on it, breathe through it anyway, realizing that it is the result of being affected by the planet's energy. I see that the Schumann resonance is actually increasing a bit in the month of November, which will set everything and everyone on edge, wondering what's happening. I want you to be aware, and when that energy surge happens, breathe through it. Connect with your loved ones. Focus on the peace that you choose to create in the planet. Because after all, love is all. And in the month of November, love will heal all and expand all. November is going to be fun. Remember to lean into that intention. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.